Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to more Rocket League news out there. And first of all, I want to give you guys my power rankings. If you guys have not seen it, I already posted 2 videos quite some time ago. I wanted to refresh your memory on my power rankings for both North America as well as EU RLCS. That way you guys are up to date on what my rankings were. I'm not going to give you guys my explanations once again. If you want to, I will link those videos down below so you guys can see my explanations as we now approach this weekend, week number 1 of RLCS. Now, what I was telling you guys yesterday, if you managed to watch that video, I will be doing weekly videos, the breakdown / results of both NA and EU. There'll be 2 separate videos, and we're going to break down, though, 5 different categories. So we'll, of course, overview the results. I will also, in those videos, update the power rankings you just saw. So kind of a cool graphic. We'll move those teams up and down every single week. Therefore, you guys can actually visualize where the teams, in my mind, and of course, in the official rankings as well, they should be pretty close, where we see those teams at after each and every week. On top of that, though, I like to cover 5 categories. The first of which will be the MVPs of the week, and I'll show you guys a nice little graphic as well. We'll do that over, my voice. On top of that, we'll do the teams of the week. So as you can imagine, those will be the best teams each and every week. On top of that as well, I'm going to try and pull some plays out there. So plays of the week will also be used. And I'll also be doing 2 of my last categories are underwhelming players and underwhelming teams. That being, of course, probably your worst performing players out there, some players who did not live up to expectations, and therefore for teams as well. Those last 2 categories are a bit iffy because I did it for League of Legends, and it's hard critiquing players. Like, I've critiqued players out there in Rocket League before, and people get very upset. So if you guys want those categories, I think I should do them. I think it's very interesting as well because once I do these 5 categories, I love reading comments because then you guys can comment down below and say who you thought your MVP was, who your team of the week was, maybe some plays of the week as well, and also comment on who you thought was maybe underwhelming that week of RLCS. But also, most importantly, why you guys might be here, I need your feedback down below. If you guys want to leave a like, that would help. But most importantly, leave a comment if you guys want weekly prediction videos as well for North American and EU Rocket League or RLCS. If I do prediction videos for each and every week, it'd be 1 video where I talk about predictions for NA as well as EU all in 1 video, because I'm not really sure if I want to do predictions. Now, I love doing results, but when it comes to predictions, especially for Rocket League, it's been so variant, so unpredictable the last few months, I would say, if not since the back half of 2018. Predicting Rocket League has always been a trouble, especially when it goes just single best of 5s. Week to week, you can see a completely different team out there. Some teams get upset, some teams upset other teams out there. So if you guys want that, it seems a bit repetitive over time for me to use the same exact material to actually convince people that this team should win and this team should lose. And then in the end, it might not even matter because a lot of teams out there, they lose to teams they shouldn't and vice versa. So if you guys want prediction episodes, I will gladly do them, but only if you guys want them. At the very least, they'll be doing result videos. I will be doing predictions for this week because someone did ask for it, that being week 1. So let's break down EU first. And this one for me, it seems they both are a bit tricky, but at the same time, I do think that EU, it might be a bit trickier to predict because I don't know, some of these teams I got some high hopes for. So first off, we have X Flipside. They're, of course, now the Bricks. They were actually going to be called Teamy Weemy with an M, Teamy Weemy, and apparently they couldn't use it because it's too close to Teeny Weenie. It'd be inappropriate for broadcast. So they are now going to be called the Bricks. They go up against Triple Trouble the first week. I'm not sleeping on Triple Trouble, guys. I just think in terms of experience and how this Flipside roster has improved incredibly ever since Speed joined, I'm going to take Flipside, and hopefully they can actually keep up with what we expect them of. TSM as well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Mouse Sports is my lowest rated team going into this week. If you guys saw power rankings wise in this entire season, I think TSM should be a pretty easy win there, although we've seen a topsy-turvy TSM. So we'll definitely have to see how that one breaks down. Vitality over PSG, because Vitality most recently at Leipzig, they looked very impressive, and PSG is one of my more, I would say, coveted inconsistent teams out there. I will take also Triple Trouble over Mouse Sports because, as I said before, they're actually 2 of my lowest rated teams out there, so anything could happen, but I do rate Triple Trouble a step above Mouse Sports in terms of this season. And also, very lastly, as you guys saw it, unfortunately, you guys know I'm an FCB fanboy, okay? But from talking to the players, we've seen they're nervous as well. And of course, during Leipzig, it was actually Dignitas who beat them in that Game 7 overtime. I think Dignitas is definitely a really rough first matchup for a team now just freshly signed and a team that we do not know the starting roster for. So I'm going to give the edge to Dignitas, okay? I am a fanboy of FCB, but I want to give you guys the accurate predictions out there. For this week, I'm going to choose Dignitas only because that's a very, very tough first week draw. Arguably still going to be the best team in EU, Dignitas. So I will take them for my last EU pick. And I think, you know, I said trickier before, but that should be pretty straightforward. I can see myself getting all 5 right. or I could see myself getting all 5 wrong. And here's the issue. When we go to North America and I look at these lists, you know, you go off your first, right? You go off recency and you go off your first instinct of who to choose. And off my power rankings, I think it's all been laid out for me. So I'm not going to give you guys the full reasoning here, but for North America as well, we'll look at the list. It's just like when I look at these matchups, it looks like it should be self-explanatory, but I know there's going to be upsets. So Cloud9 over Splice. Before that, of course, going to be NRG over Ghost. Given that Ghost have made changes, and I have not yet to see them, of course, before, after those changes, I'm going to doubt Ghost this week. You'll see my picks as well. NRG over Ghost, Cloud9 over Splice should also be pretty self-explanatory if we see the Cloud9 expected to be. EG and Rogue is a very tough matchup. I think we've seen a couple close matchups across both EU and NA. This is definitely going to be a close one. I can't really predict to a T, but I think Rogue made better changes at Cronovi and have looked better in recent times. A lot's going to be put on Cronovi here, but I think EG was also my worst rated North American team, so I'm going to choose Rogue. I'll also be taking Splice over Ghost. I think Ghost can certainly take a series off of any team out there, so I'm not going to judge this too closely as well. So we'll see exactly how that one plays out, but this time around I'll be taking Splice over Ghost, which does mean I'm a fanboy of Ghost, I'm a fanboy of FCB. I have both teams losing their matchups, and it also means Ghost and O2 start. That is a rarity for me. Usually I'll go with my fan picks. I'll go with my heart when choosing these teams. But for now, those are the 2 teams I'm going to be doubting with the tough first round draws. But Ghost as well, making roster changes pretty recently. That's why I'm going to doubt them. Oh, and then very lastly, sorry, I did forget about that. Space Station, obviously formerly as Bread. I did kind of miss a lot of roster announcements over the past month or so. I think Bread was definitely going to be a team I was pretty high on coming out of our rival series. But still, just like FCB, a pretty tough first round draw around G2, who I think is going to be, again, one of your top 3 predicted, like my power ranking show. I'm going to take G2 with that. So I'm going to go pretty straightforward this first week or so. As we probably get into week 3 and 4, my predictions might change because we have more results to go off of. As of right now, I'm going off of what? Ballistics Brawl, Renegade Cup, WSOE, Leipzig. There's not too much to go off that's been too recent, so a lot of things can happen. But as always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoyed this breakdown of what the format's going to be for the future of Rocket League result breakdown for RLCS, NA, and EU, as well as I'm going to hopefully do predictions in the future if you guys want that. So as always, I hope you guys all enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday because Rocket League is finally here.